Ninja Gaiden 4 The Two Masters DLC released, and I just wanted to sit down and go over some of what it has to offer. So let's talk about what they've added. The DLC had 3 new story missions that roughly take about an hour and a half to 2 missions to complete. Some may do it faster and some slower, but overall it's not a huge expansion in terms of time when it comes to going through the levels. Through these levels, the aggression is dialed up to 11, with a bunch of enemy combinations that push you to think on your feet and handle the threat. This is what DLC should be doing after the base game. It should be pushing those who play it to better their skills and overcome the harder challenge. The narrative isn't really anything to write home about, as it boils down to the new threat has appeared, deal with it. This new threat and boss is Ciri, who wishes to wipe out the bloodline of both Ryu and Yakumo as she spawns in hordes of fiends and ultimately realises that she has to handle them herself. Ciri breaks into 2 separate entities that have focus states, one being speed with range attacks and dashes, and the other with power, who creates explosions under your feet that you need to avoid. Both these pieces bring a great balance, pushing you to guard and avoid while still giving you windows of opportunity to get some damage in. She becomes whole again, and you end up having to deal with both of these previous bosses merged together with brand new attacks too. I really enjoyed this boss as it blends that fast aggression with powerful attacks really well. But it isn't just new enemies, as there are also new weapons to be used in the DLC and can be used in the base game too. For Yakumo, he has Solitaire, which is a scythe which felt specialised in crowd control, with some ranged options to tack on damage. And Ryu has Jakutsumon, which I'm sure I butchered, as this rapid range snake gauntlet. These weapons are awesome, and I loved everything about them in terms of design and how they functioned in combat. The flurry of attacks these weapons have are exactly what you would expect in terms of flashy anime combos, gory finishes, and a level of brutality that Ninja Gaiden fans have come to adore. After beating the base game, you unlock trials that would allow you to revisit levels and set scores, or redo boss fights and see how good a grade you could get. So it's no surprise that these new levels and bosses have been added into the trial sections for you to do as well. As with the base game, I love this feature as it allows you to jump into boss fights and test your mettle without having to fight through the entire level. The Abyssal Road Gauntlet is 100 fights that progressively become harder the further you get. There is rewards for every 10 floors you beat and can continue from the highest 10th floor you've made it to on future attempts. Say you die on floor 67, you can continue your next attempt from floor 60. I believe that's how it works. Now, some things I think people will have a problem with will be the price, as it's £15 for 2 new weapons, 3 levels and some new gameplay options. Personally, I don't think it's worth this, but I feel like this pricing is strictly to push people to buy the deluxe upgrade, which is £20 at full price, as that comes with other outfits and consumables. At the moment of recording this, on Steam you can get the deluxe edition for £15 as it's 25% off. Another thing I think people will have an issue with is the reused assets, but for myself this really comes down to how they're used. Reuse rooms again and again is lazy, but creating familiar but varied locations in areas that make sense in terms of the game, I think is fine. This is all going down in the same place in the world, so it's not really that deep to be worth complaining about. There are some new areas, but realistically they're simply arenas for you to fight in before being taken to the next. Overall, I think this DLC was a blast, and I enjoyed it. I do wish it was longer, but I know I will revisit it again one day and enjoy the base game and the DLC. If you're uncertain if it's worth buying, then maybe don't get it yet. £15 is enough to buy yourself a game that could last you 100 hours, so maybe it's better to spend your money elsewhere. If you do get it though, I hope you have a blast and enjoy it yourself. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope I shed some light on the important things about this DLC. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day and or evening, and I'll catch you next time.